Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny along with my coach and mentor, actor Andy McPhee, and today we welcome Joe Zappia to Tales from the Mat.
Yeah, Joe, how you going, mate? Ready to get in there and rumble, mate? Get in that ring, give a bit of a hide to someone else, preferably not us.
Mate, it's been a long time.
Sure has. We were just sports. Was it nearly 2004, did you say?
Yeah, roughly 2004, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Wow.
For Australian Championship.
We're both bald.
Mate, what happened to your hair?
I don't know, mate. I had a lot of hair. It's all gone now. The minute I cut it, it went. Like, don't cut your hair. Samson.
Mate. I have a beard.
Yeah, well, don't cut your hair, mate. You'll lose the rest of it, I'm telling you. Exactly. Hey, thanks for jumping on, and Doug, and we're just like this little, platform we have here, just talking about pro wrestling and all that. It's how I started my acting career, as I've mentioned many times. The amount of years I did for pro wrestling, and then happened to do an ad in Australia, commercial for TV 34 years, maybe 35 years ago. For Hungry Jacks, and through John Middleton and Frank Carpenter, and I went, wow, this is how the wrestling started, the acting started, so it's great. Well, Doug, you chip away, throw some questions at this big, brutal man on the other end of this video.
Unleash the beast.
Him, I take that as an honor and as a compliment.
So anyway, Joe, what made you get into wrestling?
Growing up as a kid, I always had a passion. My dad used to take the family, and like I'm talking about when I was 4 years old, to the Horton Pavilion. And my grandfather's, their idol, being Italian background, was Mario Milano. So I swore one day that in honor of both my grandfathers that I'd become a wrestler. And at the age of 30, I did it. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So who's your biggest wrestling hero, and who is your favorite wrestler you've been against?
My wrestling hero, of course, all time, being Italian, is Mario Milano. And I had the honors of being in the same promotion along with Andy. But of course, the highlight, being in the ring with Mad Max Miller. Good old Andy.
I think the man stayed with me for a long time, mate.
It did, man. It did. It was Andy. It was a great honor. And I remember the first chop you gave me. I thought, did he hit me? Because you were just amazing in the ring. Like, yeah, you made it look real. You made it. It was amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny, a lot of people say, is pro wrestling fake? Now, you just said, I didn't know if you hit me or not. But we know, we used to get hit, but, we're not there to kill each other, because you're going to be doing it 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, every weekend. Like, as well as I do too, that there's times you do cop some pretty big hits and thumps and bangs, but we're not, people say, but it's fake. I go, it's not fake, it's just controlled. I said, if you had a guy boxing 10 rounds every night, 6 days a week, you wouldn't last, mate. He'd be done.
100%.
Entertainment. So it was great fun, and yeah, you cop a few bumps and bruises here. There's no doubt.
Did I ever? I am now paying for it at 53 every morning. New pain that comes up. Yeah,
it sure does. You talk about Mario. I was the same. I used to watch World Championship Wrestling every Sunday. My dad watched it, but he used to go, I don't know why you watch it. I said, but you're the one who turned it on, right? And I used to sit there and watch it. I loved it every Sunday. Yeah. World Championship Wrestling. It was great. And the funny thing is, you talk about Mario Milano, Larry O'Day. Got to work with, in the end, I was working with Mario heaps, like, babyface, and it was so good. And there's a photo of Mario holding, I think it was Cody. My friend's got the photo somewhere. I've got to get it off him. It's just Mario holding Cody when he was little. Like, how cool is that? You know,
with my son, and he was actually exactly the same age as me when I first met Mario. I was 4 years old. My son was 4, so that was 20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
wow.
it was 20 years ago when you were at my place then. There you go. My son was
Yeah.
4. Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Time flies with
boy, oh boy, does it fly. I think your hair flies with it.
yeah, I know.
I got outside on a windy day, mate, like, and it went. I don't know where it went. Hey, Douglas, I'm sure you got some more questions for Joe, mate.
Yeah, what are some of the highlights of your wrestling career?
Highlights. We're in Warrnambool, and it was the main event where I had to do a run-in to save Mario Milano, and I actually literally froze. But the funny thing was, I was actually in the key team when all this happened, and I got the nod to slide through the little opening, which was only about that much. Now, I'm 140 kilos, so it was about that much, and I'm like, I was stuck in this damn thing. But I remember doing the running, and the highlight was like, once I did it, I went, wow, Mario Milano. I was 4 years old when I was watching him, and I'm saving him from George Julio, you know, the hitman. I remember as a kid, you know, like, it was just amazing. Just amazing. And even like later on, I had the honours of becoming tag team champions with the great John Tolios, who we lost a few years ago too, which I didn't know. I'm sure Andy remembers him better than me. But I've had a lot of highlights in the wrestling. But and I had the honours, like I said, with Andy, mate. I got to say, in the ring, he really looked after you. Whereas if you were a newbie and they knew you were a newbie, they made sure that you felt it. Whereas Andy respected, didn't matter whether you were in the ring for the first week or a month or 10 years, whatever, he treated you one of the, you know, the boys.
That's
So,
awesome.
Well, that's great. I must have liked you.
You did. You did. But I'll never forget when he sat me down, he said to me, now listen, Joe, you said, I'll never forget it. Now, you know, I'm a bit older than you, so I've got a pain here, a pain there, got a pain there, my knee stuff, my elbow's bum, my this and that. And I'm like, what the hell do I do with this guy? I'll never
yeah. Yeah, and you say that, and then once you get warm, you forget all about it.
True. But yeah, no, I got to, I wrestled a few of the guys, and I got to say, like when I wrestled you, I remember you looking after me.
Oh, like I said, probably it's probably a good thing, because I think there's a couple of people there that, I'm not saying this is a bad way, but there's some people there that we wrestled just, I don't know, they're just not, I don't know, they're just funny human beings, you know.
Yeah, I got a feeling I know who you're probably talking about, because they were nothing. They didn't care.
Yeah, they use people up a bit and didn't really treat people properly, and but well, that's anywhere in life anyway, you know.
Remember the worst one I ever had was with Fat Dom, and I remember him. I said to him, "Look, you know, I've travelled 8 hours from Sydney, another 3.5 hours to rest." I said, "Can you at least let me? Okay, you want me to go? You want to go over? That's fine." I said, "But can you at least let me look like, you know, a bit decent?" And he goes, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "Pick up and body slam now." And I don't forget, he said to me, "In 40 years, I've never been slammed, so I don't care. You're going over." So I tried to pick him up, and he wouldn't let me. But I did it. I ended up popping 3 discs that night. So that was good.
he was a big guy, mate. I don't know how you even got him off the ground.
He weighed a ton. I remember hearing the disc going, pop, pop, pop. I went, yeah, beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. And there was another guy from Sydney, Big Dom, Dominic Danucci, was it?
Oh, you mean Dominic Bianco?
No. Mm.
another promoter out here. He actually wrestled with in his younger days with Mario Milano as the Milano brothers.